It's about to get dangerous.
Oh my God.
Somebody gon' die tonight. I'm living a party life. Somebody gon' die tonight. We're living a party life.
Oh, remember this one?
We're living a party life.
That's when you're really grinding up on someone. It's just,
We living a party life. It's raining man.
oh, you didn't think I had the pipes? Yeah, it was on first season of American Idol. They kicked me out first episode. They said my penis was showing, and since it's uncircumcised and Hollywood's run by Jewish people, they kicked me out. But not my conspiracy, my dad's. He's a Fox News guy, and I think I just lost because I was too good looking. But my dad has his beliefs. I got mine. Guy, you know what time it is. It's the goofy time. He's saying stuff we don't know if it's real. We don't know if it's fake. It's Alex Woody here. Your favorite dad. Your favorite Martian. Yeah, I'm an undercover alien. Don't arrest me, Ice. I'm actually from another planet. Oh. That just blew my mind. I just thought about that. What if Mexicans are aliens? And they're like, oh no, we're illegal, but they're really from another planet. Like their cover is they snuck over here illegally from Mexico, but they really snuck here illegally from Mars. And we're about to find out next month. There's people online that talk like that. Like, yeah, you wouldn't believe Biden. He got access closed to missiles on Pluto. And people believe the shit too. Like, oh, did you hear? What's his name said this? I remember I had a coworker. Hey, check out this guy, and I listened to the guy. And my coworker's like, I listen to this guy all the time. He's the truth. And I listened like 5 minutes. I was like, this guy's a Nazi. This is not the truth. And that guy was Donald Trump. No, episode 283. We're here, guy. I got comments. Hey, have guests. I had Karen on last week. She worked out on Wall Street as a woman. Check it out. Last episode, 282. She also does comedy. A lot of shows in San Francisco with the Hella Funny Crew. Hella Funny Crew puts on amazing shows. I'm trying to get in with those guys. Anyways, check their shows out, but check that episode out. But we're here solo. Don't end the episode because we're gonna call a friend and not tell him he's on the podcast. And I'm gonna call him. He's all nervous because I was texting him and say, "Hey man, I need to talk to you." And I told him like 5 minutes ago, I'm gonna call you in 10 minutes. And he's like, "Oh no, I'm nervous. What are you gonna tell me?" And I'm totally gonna come up with something to tell him just to kind of throw him off, and we're gonna see if he falls for it. He knows me pretty well. We're gonna see if he falls for it. The problem is I've done this before where I've had people on the podcast and I didn't tell them they were like on, and they're like, "Hey, this guy, ooh, he's a loser. Let me tell you some horrible things he does." And I was like, "Eesh, I don't know if I could post that." So I got to be careful. It's the reason why I haven't had my dad. I don't want to have a race riot start, a la Midnight in the Bay. Which also too, I got a comment, not a comment, but an email with some comments. Hey, you're a horrible person. No, just a couple emails I sucked, but then I got one, and it was from a author of a book who wants to be on the podcast. I was like, really? I think you got the wrong podcast. I think the Joe Rogan Experience is that way. Texas is that way. But we're gonna check out the book first, right? You can't just have anyone on, even though this one 40 people listen to, so I guess it doesn't really matter. And we've said some horrific things on here, but I want to check out the book. Just make sure the lady's not crazy. You can only have one crazy person on the show. And once I check that out, and you know me, guys, I don't even read, so I'm gonna have my wife check out the book. Hey, is this lady a Nazi or whatever? And then we'll have her on. Because you only have one Nazi on the show. No. Look like one. I would be fucking Hitler's wannabe assassin. He would tell me, like, hey, you got the look, you got everything, but you're lazy as fuck, dude. You got, the Chinese food. You would be my number one assassin, but you're too lazy, so we're gonna go with Adolf Jr. But I do look like a guy that would be, like, the perfect Nazi. Maybe I'm in the wrong field. Comedy's hard. I think it might be a little easier to be a white supremacist. You know what I mean? You know what? as sad and fucked up as that is to say, it's kind of funny. And I think about, you know what they said about Hitler? He was a failed artist. It was easier for him to start World War II than it was for him to sell a painting. Kind of scary, you know what I mean? His paintings must have been awful. It's just like a bunch of like dead black people who are like, yeah, we can't put this up in the family room. This is horrible, you know. Pay. Oh God, we talked about a lot of stuff here that I wrote down. Okay, let's call the guy, and then we'll get to the notes because there is some interesting stuff. By the way, I want to thank everyone that's come out the recent shows. Go to my Instagram _Alex Woody comedy tonight. I'm gonna post my upcoming dates, and yeah, just keep coming out to shows. I love building the fan base too, and just love doing comedy and going with it. So, is it time to call the friend? I think it is. Let's call him. Let's see.
Bueno,
Hello, hello.
¿cómo está? Bienito.
I don't speak Spanish. I speak toddler.
You just speak Spanish. Jesus, you've been there like 3 times now.
I know. I've been in a Mexican probably like 100 times.
I know.
So I should.
And you've been freaking to their parents' house 1,000 times. I'm sure, like,
Uninvited,
this
of course.
fucking white asshole doesn't even know Spanish by now. He's been married to her for 10 fucking years.
Yeah, but then they look at her and they're like, she hasn't taught her son Spanish either. Kill her. Oh, it's just you know in the Mexican in the Mexican Coco, my favorite movie. No, just like you know the Mexican culture, they're all about carrying on tradition and having the kids speak Spanish. It's just like the white culture with, just like the white culture carry on racism, you know, passed down.
Yeah, totally.
So.
Yeah.
Wait, I wanted to call you. I wanted to call you because I wanted to call you because I hadn't told the guys yet, but wanted to tell you first some big news. Yes, I'm gay.
Okay, I knew that already. What's the big news?
That was it.
That was it. I called it.
Yeah.
I knew it. It's fine. I already knew, dude.
No, I was just calling you. Let's say what's up. But really, that was gonna be my prank. Was to be all serious. No joke. To be all serious and be like, Ryan, I'm gay.
I knew it. Well, I would say that's fine. I already knew.
Right. I mean, it's a. I'm saying it's a joke, but you're being serious right now.
I already bought your dildo for you. I already bought your Playgirl. I have Playgirls coming to your house right now.
Did I ever tell you that story?
The what?
Remember my Kevin? Remember my next door neighbor? I used he was kind of around our age. He went to Foothill 05, Kevin. But anyways,
Yeah.
I went over at his house, and we're like hanging out in his garage. Great, his mom's probably listening to this episode, and he goes, "Hey, you want to check something out?" And he gets on a step ladder because we're short, and he puts his hand on top of the fridge, and he pulls down a magazine. He's like, "Ever seen pornography?" I'm like, "What's that? Is that like To Kill a Mockingbird?" You know? And then is that Anne Frank book? What is that? You know? So we open it up, dude, and it's like all dicks. It's like, you know, every kind of dick you can think of, like
Every kind
fucking
of dick,
Mexican, Jewish, black, you know, blue,
Blue.
yeah, tribal. You know, I saw a tribal one. I saw an Indian one because they had the red dot. And- no, we had to put it back on top of the refrigerator so the mom wouldn't notice. But I will say this: it made me not.
Wow, that's like reverse. Usually it's the dad.
I know,
Yeah.
but it was all.
Reverse.
There was no chick in it, and it made me not like that pornography. I was like, I never
Chicks.
want to look at this again. You know.
It made me not like chicks.
Well, it just made me not like because I would hear it later on, like, "Hey, you should check out this porno," and I was like, "No, I don't. I'm cool off of looking at penises." Like,
That's not the porn I'm used to.
for the longest time, dude, because I saw that every time someone mentioned porn, and it was like a lot of people. I thought people were gay. I was like, "There's a lot of gay people."
What are you doing?
What are you doing? It sounds like you're in a hibernation chamber.
I am. Well, I'm trying to be quiet a little. Put the little one down.
Oh, you're
Just
talking about your slave, right?
messing around. Yeah, exactly.
Your baby slave.
So,
Oh, hey,
yeah.
just wait until she's like 10 and you can be like, Daddy wants a beer. Go get it for him. Wait, is mom around? She's not? Okay, go get me a beer. And don't tell her you got me one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna train her like people train like golden retrievers, you know, to like go to the refrigerator and use like a towel and like use your teeth and open the refrigerator, you know, and like grab a beer and come in and give it to me.
I want that dog. That sounds like Air Bud. Um, but also,
Yeah,
but also, have you ever seen a golden retriever's face? They're always happy.
they're always happy because they're high.
Oh, is that a known thing? Golden retrievers get high?
I don't know. I don't know. I
You
think they just
sound
like
lit. You sound like you're on heroin right now.
I wish. Jesus.
Oh,
I have that dad. You know that newborn dad.
oh my God.
Always being tired all the time.
That's why I had
You
a.
know?
Hey, that's why I had a.
Sounds
I had a night job when Nick was a baby.
oh my
So I
God.
was. She was like the baby's crying. I'm like, well, you wanted me to work nights. Yee. And then I come home, they'd be all asleep. And then she would go to work. I had it made, dude. I didn't even realize it. She would go to work, and then he would go to the daycare, even as like a really young one, because we had one at the apartment complex, Ratley. And then I would just sleep and hang out with Mary Jane and her sister IPA. Oh.
Your sister. That sounds rough though.
No, it was rough working night. You're not supposed to work. You're not a vampire. You're not supposed to work night. You know.
I know people that do it like a fair amount, and fuck, it sounds fucking horrible.
Yeah.
It's not worth whatever the pay.
They must be on drugs.
Yeah, a lot of fucking caffeine, or just like the money is like a big part. They're just like fuck it, like you know the pay differential. It's like you like 15% or something like that. You know.
Right.
Can be just enough, especially if you're like hurting a little bit. Like, oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, slaves to the man. So have you talked to anybody about have you talked to Nick at all?
He's got that. I gotta call him. Yeah, I'm lazy as a friend now. I mean, it took me a couple days to call you back.
That's okay.
No,
You're
just
35 now. You're pretty much half foot in the grave, you know.
oh God, I know. Well, you're 35 in a couple days.
You're halfway to 70.
Stop! You're ruining my high. You're ruining my high. It's just another reason. It's just another reason why you gotta go even harder. You gotta go harder in life. You gotta achieve some stuff before you go.
You don't got much. Yeah.
No, I got till 50. I don't got much.
You really don't.
I gotta save like $5 to give the kid once I die or something.
Save $5? Oh,
Something. You can't even get a Big Mac with $5. I got McDonald's the other day. I haven't been to McDonald's, dude. I haven't been to McDonald's for like 4 years, believe it or not. And then I go because I'm training my coworker. He's a black guy. He loves McDonald's. I'm not gonna say anything racial right now. My coworker. So we go, and I'm like, hey, I'm like,
on your podcast right now? Oh my God, it's so rad. Wow. Hey, I just want to call you. I just want to talk for a second. I should sue. I'm gonna talk to my friend, and I'm gonna sue you for having me. I didn't sign anything. You've been utilizing my skills.
you're not on the. Dude, chill. You're not on the podcast. But don't.
You sound like I'm on heroin.
No, you're not on. Dude, you're not on the pod.
are you? I don't know.
No, you're not on the pod.
You're not even watching the baby. You're just on heroin.
Your baby's gay. I knew it. It's trans. No.
Gay. Everyone's gay.
No, but what I was gonna say, you're not on the podcast. But what I was gonna say, I'm like, but what I was gonna say is the McDonald's. It's like $3 for a dollar menu item.
Yeah. Why? So there's no dollar menu anymore.
No, and you know what? And you know, it's the same old story. Guess what made me sick? I had one McDouble and a fry, and it was like $13. And I was like, no wonder they're shooting up these places, you know?
Yeah, you see on like Real Stars or whatever, there's always fights. There's always fights.
I saw a video. I saw a video online. Go check this out. You could probably just type in "guy shows up to Burger King and all staff is on crack." It's the craziest video, dude. They're all like just twacked out.
Yeah.
Because it's miserable. You're working for the devil. That food shouldn't even be legal.
Yeah, dude. Like when you have a chicken nugget, that's like 10 chickens. Or no, that's like 50 chickens worth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, it's not like one chicken and they take like the breast out. And it's like 50 chickens make one chicken nugget.
That's crazy.
Like pink slime shit that's like in there too. Yeah, it's like gross.
Weirdly, I'll tell you this. I know a guy that used to work at Panda Express, and he said that shit's fresh.
Yeah, I heard that too. Actually, I literally heard that the other day. My coworker like used to work there and was like, you know, she actually like would cook the vegetables. It's already like pre-cut and like the.
I don't know though.
The meat, all that shit's frozen. And, like they make a couple sauces, but most of the sauces are frozen. But they actually cut the vegetables and like saute that shit.
They also say the virus didn't come from Wuhan, so.
Yeah, they also say the chicken isn't dog.
Yeah, they also say North Korea is nice in the summertime, you know?
Yeah, they also say fucking Kim Jong-un doesn't have a belly button or a butthole offset.
Oh, well, I don't. I think that might be related to him.
He do look like him a little bit.
What if you found out you were related to like a crazy dictator like Putin, and he's like, son, like, no, you. I'm saying like you, like, Ryan, like that's not your dad. And your dad's like, yeah, dude, sorry, like we wanted to keep you, but they're gonna assassinate us now. Putin's your real dad. And like, do you go hang out in Russia? I mean, like, what do you do?
Oh yeah. No, I get my royals. I go to Russia.
Yeah, I mean, what about Ukraine?
I'm just kidding.
Well, no, your last name's not on the podcast. Don't worry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, great. I am on the podcast.
No, you're not. You're not. I'm kidding. I'm driving. I'm smoking.
Yeah, right. You're in your room. Listen, you have me on the podcast. You're telling her to be quiet. Go sleep.
Oh.
Daddy's busy.
Dude, I didn't even have birthday sex. This is how old and fat I am. Because I'm old and fat. We ate hella food. I ate too much.
You got too tired. You drank too much.
Oh, God, I'm a loser. It happens all the time. And then I get upset. I'm like, we never have sex. And she's like, you always fall asleep. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. That's true.
You always fall asleep while we're having sex.
Oh, not really. I always feel like I'm gonna die. I'm like, I need to get in shape. I need. Oh my God, I look like a dead body. She's always tapping me. You awake? She's like opening my eyelids. I need Matt Sweeney to follow me around, just like, hey, you milquetoast piece of shit. You need to fucking, you need to work out. Like, I need like a crazy like drill sergeant, like that Jocko guy online, or like Joe Rogan to follow me. You know, remember True Life? Remember True Life, that MTV show where like there'd be like guys like, I'm lazy, I want to get in shape and meet girls, and like some crazy drill sergeant would show up and like try to get him in shape, and they would always
Shit, though. It was like True Life. I'm addicted to bath salts or some shit like that, you know?
Oh, those are the fun episodes. No, there's a couple episodes I remember it was like True Life, I'm a loser. And then like some other like loser would show up and be like, no, this is what you need to do. Like this is how you talk to women. And it was basically like eye contact and saying, how are you?
Did you take notes?
Of course, that's how I met Angela.
Hmm.
I also drugged her and she's an escort. I gotta pay her every day.
Jesus Christ.
I know, I didn't tell you that.
Hmm.
What are you eating?
Sorry. Eating garbanzo bean salad.
Are you
Like a little rat.
Wow, little Italian rat. Are you pounding a couple Bud Lights right now?
Exactly. No, I got Stone.
Oh, San Diego.
Green one.
Is that a trans?
Transgender beer?
Yeah.
Transgender beers, yeah. Yep.
No joke though, I did have a couple Bud Lights recently, and
Oh,
really,
I thought
and
you were gonna say no joke though. I am trans.
oh well, you knew that. I got the tits.
Like,
Yeah. On a cold day, I look trans. If I go in Lake Tahoe naked, but no, I pounded a couple of Bud Lights and made sweet love to the wife. I was like, oh, interesting. They must be putting
Bud
something
Lights
different
are
in
so
it.
gross.
Oh, it's the worst beer ever. People being mad that that whole thing's going on. I'm like, you're
drink
mad?
like
'Cause this beer is the worst beer. Why are you even drinking the beer?
What whole thing is going on?
You know what I'm talking about.
No.
The Bud Light thing.
Everyone's against Bud Light.
Yeah, because they have their spokesperson's a trans person now. And Kid Rock is like shooting beer cans. And
Is that why you shot the beer cans?
uh-huh.
I saw that video.
I know you're a busy dad and work for Tesla, but
I did see that video of him shooting beer cans.
I didn't.
I just saw.
To be honest, I didn't.
Paired with like memes, like some guy like super drunk, he hooks up with like super fat chick, and then it's like then the next day or some shit, and it's like him shooting like Kid Rock shooting a bunch of beer cans. Like, I'll never drink again, or some shit like that, you know? I didn't know it was because of that.
Yeah, I didn't really.
Kid Rock's a piece of shit.
I didn't really know about it, and then my dad called me, and then I had to put the phone on mute. I just set the phone down. It was like when the Black Lives Matter shit started. I just had to mute the phone and set it down.
You put the phone on mute, and then you just cuss him out.
You can't change old people's ways, dude. It's I just avoid subjects now.
You really can't. Yeah, I found that out, similarly, in a certain sense. Just that generation, I feel like.
And, dude, think about it. No parent.
Shit comes out of nowhere for them.
Nope.
They're just like,
well, I'm just
they're
gonna.
not used to change in general. But
That's what
like,
it is.
Everyone's A, B, C, D, E, F, G. There's safe places. Everyone's safe. Everything's nice. It's okay. We don't like working too hard. We like working remote. And they're like, what the fuck? Like, our parents were in World War II, you fucking pussies. Yeah? Like,
right. It's like, being comfortable. What are you talking about?
Large change. And I get it to a certain extent.
You know, I've mentioned it to my dad, like, hey, Dad, I had to borrow money from Mom. And he's like, what the fuck? I had my own apartment at 18. I was on my own at 20. I'm like, Dad, you grew up in the fucking early 70s where everything was 45 cents.
Yeah, it's where you could graduate high school and like work a blue collar job and have like a house and a car and like provide for your family and be like middle class, like with a fucking high school education, you know.
And my dad will be like, hey, you know, I think how they can get rid of the homeless people. I'm like, how, Dad? With a meat grinder. They should just kill them.
Jesus Christ.
Like, Dad, I'm so glad you're not the president. But dude, when people like that are voting for Trump, I'm like, maybe he isn't a good candidate. You know what I mean? You gotta look about who you know who votes for him.
Trump as a person is like a piece of shit for sure, but like his marketing was super smart because it was like, okay, who are the people that feel like they haven't been heard? Who are the people that like feel, and it's like, oh, it's like the entire country pretty much. It's like the entire middle of the entire country. like a huge area is like all feels this one way. Like they're religious, they're blue collar, they haven't been hurt,
No.
their rats are being taken away by Mexicans. All right, cool. Let's like go that route. Oh man, there you go. Gotti.
Is he gonna win?
Flavor Flav in there.
Is he gonna win?
He would have won. I think he'll probably win. He's not gonna get in trouble. He's gonna run, and he's probably gonna win. Yeah.
He's never getting in trouble. I was joking with a black guy, another comedian, and he's in shape. He played for University of Tennessee. He slept with over 120 women, and I told him, I said, Lester, if there is reincarnation, I want to come back as you in the future. And he says, no, dog, you got to come back as Donald Trump because you could just break the rules. There is no rules for Donald Trump. Which is kind of, as a person, dude, can you, I know, but can you imagine being a person with tons of money and no rules?
Yeah, but if you're Donald Trump, you don't smoke, you don't drink, you don't do anything. He's big models, which is cool, but...
You're married.
Yeah,
You know, that's the whole thing. He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, but he's on the plane with Epstein banging fucking 14-year-olds, you know?
right?
You don't think he went to Epstein Island? Come on, guy.
Oh yeah. Him and Bill were like 69. Like, him and Bill were back to back doing it up for sure.
I mean, I don't want to be a billionaire because it just seems like you just become a weirdo.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're, imagine like pissing away $100 bills. Like, $100 bills are for you $1 bills. You know what I'm saying? Or like,
That's crazy.
dimes.
That's crazy.
$100 bills are like dimes to you. Not even $1, like a dime. You know?
I just feel like I just feel like a really bad friend because I called you back, and I called you back on speakerphone on the podcast because I'm such an asshole. I can't find a guest, and I'm like, I'll just get this guy. I'll just get this.
You didn't tell me. You're singing in your head. Well, this is how you get the good stuff, Woody. This is how you get the raw good stuff.
It is.
Tell him that he's on the podcast.
Well, you know what's funny too is I kind of needed to tell you because one time I called another comedian and I didn't tell him he was on the podcast, and he was like, "This."
Weird shit.
No, he was like, "This."
Really weird shit.
He's like, "I fucked a horse." I was like, "Dude, you're on the podcast."
Jesus.
I was like, "Dude, I'm sorry. I gotta call the producer." He's like, "Dude, you gotta cut that out." I was like, "I'll cut it out."
He's like, you are the producer, motherfucker.
Yeah, I didn't cut it out. You can go to episode 261. 261. Go to it.
Is this it? 261?
No. I'm saying that horse episode.
Like,
Dude, this is 283, and I'm not gonna say your name, but you're gonna be like Elon's right hand man because I know you're building the robots and shit.
Yeah, don't say that.
Oh, don't say that. Oh, there's secrets. I know. There's secrets that you know about that you can't tell me or friends or.
Yeah, I mean, I signed an NDA, so.
That's crazy. Without you saying anything, is there anything like that's gonna blow our fucking minds in the next whatever years from Tesla?
Yeah.
Duh.
I can say yeah because like what blows your mind? Like maybe like a different paint color on a car blows your mind. Like I don't know what fucking blows your mind. So yeah, of course I can say yeah.
Well, you know I'm a simple man. I mean, you just wave your
I
hands.
think that monkeys will have fucking Neuralink and be like running around driving Teslas. Yeah.
Watch it. We don't talk about people like that, but yeah, for sure. But yeah, there is that Neuralink shit's crazy. I haven't really heard.
He's tried it on fucking chimpanzees, and like people are just like 100% willing to have their Like there's thousands, just literally thousands of people that are lining up trying to be volunteers.
For the Neuralink?
Yeah.
That's
Trying to volunteer
crazy.
their fucking brain. Like to have a fucking Neuralink, it's an implant into your brain.
It's gotta be
hardwired into your nervous system.
it's gotta be either crazy people or young people that want to do that. Like when you're like in your early 20s, late teens, you're like, oh yeah, I'll do Neuralink. Like yeah, let me, they're calling Elon, I'll suck your dick for Neuralink. But I think that's I don't want to be integrated with technology. That's going too far. And I think there is going to be pushback in the future. I think there's even going to be pushback with phones. I think there's going to be studies that come out in the future about what it's done to our generation. It's killing our generation.
You say that now, but I know you have Oculus, or whatever the fuck it's called, VR. I sure know you jerk off to that. So imagine if, like, your own eyeballs, you could just be like talking to your wife and then be like, like you're not even listening to me and you're just like watching porn. That's what you would 1000% do that.
You've never come that fast before. You're like looking at like some Ibani on PH. Ebony.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Technology's crazy. If you look at like what we actually have going on, it's like the fucking robots. That's like his new thing is fucking robots. And that shit's fucking crazy. He's also like the one that's like robots are like AI is like super scary. It's like the number one threat to humanity. But then he's the biggest proponent of AI. So how the fuck does that work? Is it just your AI is cool? Like everyone else's is super scary and don't do it like Terminator style? Because you literally made the Terminator. Like you literally have a robot that looks like a person.
Are you gonna get killed for this info?
No, this is all public. This is all public. Like this is all public stuff. Yeah, not a big deal at all.
Well, and he's building a city on Mars. I mean, there's a lot going on. I don't know, dude.
Focus on fucking Earth. Like, I know you want to, like, go to Mars and shit, but, like, how about fucking Earth? There's a lot of shit here.
Can I tell you something sad? What if Elon's so smart, he's secretly calculated that Earth is going to be dead?
He's secretly retarded. Oh, wait, what?
Oh, no, that he's secretly calculated the Earth is going to die in whatever years, and he needs to build a city.
Sketchy.
He needs to build a city on Mars. They've already found some water, and then they need
He wants to know how to get there. He's trying to get the tech to get there.
the robotics to get him there, to take care of him while he's in the cryo chamber flying there, and robotics to fucking, help him build shit where there's no air. I mean, the dude's got a plan. He's not a dumb shit, he's got a plan.
He's the richest person in the world, so he's got that going. Puts all the resources into it, and then really it's just like a super selfish mission for him just to go by himself to Mars, and then he lives there and never looks back.
I mean, I could just be blowing him up. He could just be a D-bag, and he's not doing any of that, and he's just throwing his money around.
I think he's for sure a D-bag, but he's also extremely smart. For as much as our other friend hates him, and I agree with him in a lot of senses, he is a douche. He is super, he is pretty fucking smart,
Well, if you think about it, a lot of the smart people from school that you knew were douchebags. They're condescending. They're making fun of you because you're dumb. You're in resource. Who's this exit teacher?
They're just like 3 levels above you. So of
Right.
course they're just like things that like to them they were working on 3 years ago is what you're on now. Like their level is just so much higher than yours. So yeah, their confidence is like huge.
Right.
And that makes them an asshole.
Right.
Yeah. That's everybody. But there's always someone smarter. Like, there's always someone smarter in life. There's always someone richer. There's always someone
hotter. Oh, hi. Thanks,
yeah.
Instagram. I feel like, dude, I really feel like Yeah, I feel like technology is good, but it's also bad. But at the same time, we can complain about it. We also need it, and it's just we just have to get more disciplined as a human, you know?
Well, I think there's like awesome aspects of technology, like in the medical field, you know.
Right.
I think there's awesome aspects as far as like
Yeah, like you can still get you can
nanotechnology and shit.
right, you can
Imagine a bunch of like nanotechnology and like robotics in surgeries and stuff, and like being more accurate than a human hand, and be able to, you know,
I want some
go into your body
nanobots in
and
my
fucking
dick. I want some nanobots in my cock.
Jesus. Yeah.
That's how I would
Those
yeah.
are crabs, not
Yeah,
nanobots.
I'm on speakerphone. Your daughter is like trying to go to bed. Like,
Yeah.
this was a great
Baby,
conversation,
okay.
Torn.
Yeah, it's all
Nighty night.
forever.
Rockabye, baby. On a treetop.
I'm in it forever, honey. When you're 25 years old, you can listen to this podcast
Oh
episode
god. Oh,
295, midnight in the day,
oh,
midnight
this
in the
will
day
be.
radio. You and
It'll
Mike
be
Woody
canceled. This is.
doing comedy for 8 nights a
Oh
week. I
god.
don't know how he fucking does it because he has a wife and kids. Somehow he's out there.
She wants to
8
leave
nights a
me.
week. Jesus Christ, she's probably like, yeah. Jesus, can you just get the fuck out of the house and do some comedy or something? Like, can you go to Reno again and fucking go far?
Oh, I need to. Hey, I will. This summer, you got to come down to Tahoe and check out. We got our other buddy's house. You got to see my buddy Tony's house in South Tahoe.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a fucking movie theater. Yeah, we need a party. Do a little comedy, do a little gambling, do a little talking.
Yeah. All right. Well, call me when I'm not on the podcast, you creep. I gotta go.
I'm gonna call you tomorrow. Promise. Scout's
All right,
honor.
edit everything I said out and just put like 5 minutes in there.
You weren't.
No one's
You
listening.
weren't. You weren't really on the podcast. I was just kidding, but yeah.
I think I am for sure. I can hear myself recording, but it's okay. Let's go.
Right.
I'll wait for it. I'll wait for my paperwork for Tom. I mean, somebody to come through.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
You'll be hearing from my lawyer for sure.
And I'll be drugging you on the boys' trip.
Wait, what?
I'll be drugging you on the boys' trip.
Jesus. Hope so.
Oh. We need to do it. You know what? You either pick Nick or Doug. Let's just plan it, Tom. Come on.
Doug's gonna have to go way earlier, is the thing, because like his due date's like early August, so it'd have to be.
I know, and
June.
I think Nick's not coming back till like end of June.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like Doug's not gonna be able to make it, but I mean, I don't know. We should talk to Nick and see what his deal is, you know.
Yeah.
It's hard for Tom, because his dad has that place kind of tied down, so gonna have to help him out by getting something dialed in sooner or later.
Maybe if Doug doesn't make it out, we can try to go see Doug, and his wife can leave again, and we can go out there. It's cheap to fly to Scottsdale. No, it's cheap to fly to Scottsdale. I'll fly out there in like the winter or something and go see that motherfucker.
Yeah, I know, but he's gonna have a kid then, bro.
I hate. Can I say something? And I'm gonna let you go. I hate that we have responsibilities.
You hate kids.
No, I hate that we get older and we have to like, we can't hang as much and shit. You know?
Yeah. Well, at least we had this thing where like we started a few years ago. Every year we at least get together for a little bit. You know.
I told my wife that. I told my wife.
To...
I know. I told my wife that, and she's like, "Every year you're gonna do something?" I'm like, it's once a year. What the fuck?
Yeah. No, we should do it every year because you never know. We're getting old. Shit can happen, and you know, it is really important.
Well, I think Mike's gonna die first, and then me.
Jesus.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'll die first. I know.
Well, I mean, it sounds like he's fucking trying to die, doing fucking dry ice bombs in his car.
Oh.
10-hour drive.
Mikey, be careful.
Sucking down fumes, dry ice fumes the whole way.
There's no, you don't want to die by an accident like that. That's a goofy accident.
Yeah, you don't want to die. That's how do you die? How do you die? Oh, dry ice. On the way to Coachella, dry ice. Took him out. That's it. On his fucking tombstone, dry ice. Killed by dry ice.
But Mike's related to
Jesus.
Mike. I think's related to cockroaches. Nothing's gonna kill that motherfucker.
His grandpa died from World War II, a fucking bayonet or something, and then him, dry ice, took him out. Jesus. Jesus.
All right, guy. I'll call you tomorrow.
All right, sounds good, baby.
Later. Wow. Are you kidding me, guy? Do you think he really believed he was on the podcast? I don't know. But I think that was kind of a fun episode, don't you think? That's been it. Go to Instagram _Alex Woody. Go check out Silver Tongue Audio. Go to silvertongueaudio.org and you'll see my podcast there, Midnight in the Bay. Download for free right there, audio. And then you see Days and Disturb. That's a fun one. It's a guy who gets lit with Mary Jane, and then he talks about dark subjects. It's fun. It's delightful. Go check it out. And then check out NPC Podcast, a non-player character podcast. It's a fun video game podcast with people in the industry that they know what they're talking about. They joke around. They have a fun chemistry. Go check it out. It's fun. You might learn something. Go to silvertongueaudio.org for free content. Adios.
It's about to get paid.